to, there we go. I'm going to call this meeting of GOL to order on Wednesday, December 3rd at 6:32 p.m. I am going to call on each counselor that's here to make sure that they can hear me and we can hear them. Start with Lynn Griesmer
Present.
and Counselor Lord.
Present.
All right, and that'll do it. That is technically a quorum.
Oh, you have to say you're here as
Oh,
well.
I'm also here. My name's Anna. Hello, everyone. I'm here. All right. So we are going to be tackling the prioritization of the goals that were submitted by town councilors. And I'm talking slowly because I'm trying to just pull it up right now really quickly. And we're going to have to start with some math. We did hear from 11 town councilors, and that does not include myself. And I don't think that includes Councilor Lord. So who's going to do this? I think Councilor Lord and I might have to do this in real time because I yelled at people a lot, but forgot to do my own. So I was like,
I
why
just want
don't I
to
have everybody? And I looked at who was missing and I was like, oh, I
I
am.
want to confess I may have submitted a blank one once.
That's okay. We
No,
can figure it out.
no, I mean a totally blank.
I understand. Yeah. No, that's better than filling out a half done one. So um I am going to take 30 seconds to get this downloaded. Give me one moment.
Oh, and I want to be clear. I actually answered a full one, but then I may have made a mistake and submitted a second one.
Oh, that's brutal.
So I hope it's only 10. I hope it's really 11 counselors and not 10 plus a mystery one.
Yep. All right, hang on one second. I'm just gonna. All right. Okay, so do do do. I know. So I had started this nice spreadsheet and now I just need to download this and call it good. And you're gonna get mine as we go through. Come on. Sorry, I was coming straight from my spin class, and unfortunately that means I am not having everything up. Okay. One moment. How's everybody's day going? Anything anybody wants to share about your days? Anything good going on?
I thought we had a good BCG meeting.
I thought so too. It was a nice
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. It was enlightening.
It was, yeah. It
Yeah.
was.
And the kind of conversations that we need to have. I think the difficult one's about to happen though at the end of, you know, third week of December.
Yep. All right. So, oh my gosh. You don't need to see all the tabs I have open. I promise I'm almost there.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, you're good.
Thank you. All right. So this is not going to be formatted the way that I want it to be, and I won't make you sit here while I try to format it live and in person, but I'm just gonna my thought here is that we're going to look at the sum totals for each area to see where the highest kind of areas are, or the highest action items are within each goal area. And as we go through, Hala and I can put in our numbers, and I know that's a bit clunky, but I think it'll work. Or well, it's gonna have to work. Hala, is that okay with you? I should clarify. All right. Just go through the end. Okay. So I'm gonna start
See,
with
you have two for me.
that's fine, totally fine. As long as one of them's blank, it's not gonna mess with it. So
It
that's
is
all good.
blank.
Yep, no
Yeah.
worries. All right, and I'm gonna add in a row here. Oh my gosh, my Zoom window's in the way.
You can wipe out my second one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And I'm going to wrap this so we can see.
I wasn't the last person.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I was.
No, you were not.
Wow.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so let's start with, I think our first category here is administration and leadership. Is that right?
That's the one I remember.
Yep. And that goes through, I'm just trying to find the end of it. What's the last? Does anyone have the other list up?
It's
HR and
work
positions.
with HR to fill. Right there.
Just so we don't lose our track here.
There we go.
Okay. Hala, do you have your thoughts for this category on your 10 points and how you'd like to distribute them?
Working.
Okay, no worries. I had mine. I just need to find my notes.
No, Anna, you could freeze the top pane so we
I
could
will.
see. Yeah.
I will. I'm just trying
You're
to.
very good at this, so I
No, you're
should.
good. I appreciate the note. Okay, so it's 20. I needed to put my like actual desktop screen up, and I didn't have time, so I'm trying to move everything around on my little laptop, which is annoying. Oh, hush. Okay.
By the way, we have nobody in the audience, so
Oh my God, that's great because I completely forgot to ask for public comment.
And I'm just clarifying, I should know this, the number.
10 per area. So for example, in this area, I had the formal onboarding process as a 2. I had expanded modes of communication as a 6. And I had this one as a 2. So that would be my 10 points for this area. I'm going to go through and just make all of these bigger so that we can look at everybody's.
And this document is the same as the goal area with the different colors from Monday night.
This is just not the pretty version. I had been working on the pretty version, but I didn't have enough time in the 5 minutes between when I got home in this meeting to put everybody's scores in.
Oh, got you. All right,
That's
so
on
let me
me
get
though.
10 points. I got you.
Wednesdays are really hard for me to do meetings on. Um,
Thank you for adding this meeting into your schedule.
oh my gosh, no, I appreciate everybody doing it. So I want to first off, let's talk about kind of the methodology and the plan of attack here. My thought was that we aren't necessarily looking at mean, we're looking at total. And so for each area, we're going to look at the total score and we're going to say, which ones based on that feel to this committee or seem to this committee as a reasonable, I'm going to say winner, and that's not necessarily the phrase I mean, but as the ones that we should propose to the council in our final version. Some things that we should be thinking about in what we propose to the council in our final version include the amount of time something takes and the overall number of goals. I don't want us to feel locked into a certain number of goals or of action items per goal area, right? Because they may take different amounts of time. So I don't want us to say, 5 per area. Not every area had 5 to begin with, and some had way more. This was a concern that was raised by some counselors, who pushed back on my 10 points thing, saying they should have more than 10 points in the areas that had more than 10 action items. And what I was telling them was that we are not limiting ourselves to 2 action items per goal area, right? In all likelihood, we will end up with more action items in infrastructure than in, something else because there were more to start with in that area. So as we're reviewing the totals here, we're looking for some that are head and shoulders above the rest. as well as any that are as well as considering the roughly the amount of time that they will take, and that's an estimate on our ends, and I know that. Oh no, get bigger. But that is the plan. All right. Any questions before we start? There we go.
You want to go back and insert the columns between goal sets?
Yeah, I thought we could kind of do it as we go, but
Okay, that's fine.
is
That's
that okay?
good.
All right. Okay. All right. So here we go. Starting with category 1, which was administration and leadership.
Do you
Yeah.
want my number for this?
I do.
Okay. The second one, develop, I have 3.
Yep.
For the sixth one, work with TSO, and I have a
Work
2.
with council and TSO.
Yes. A 2.
You said 2? Okay, sorry. One sec. Let me just move this over. I gotta I gotta freeze this so I can see where your names are.
You navigate sheets really well, I'm just gonna say.
Thanks.
I'm
I use
still
it a lot.
Excel.
Use it a lot of work. Don't even ask me about Excel. Okay. You said council and TSO. You said 2?
Yes, please. And the next one is a 5.
This one? Okay.
Continuing implementing anti-racism,
Perfect.
anti-discrimination
All right.
right, for future
Thank you.
employees.
Okay, so for this category, we've got 5, 12, 18. I really want to reformat my life here. Okay, so the 2 top ones are, it looks like there's an 18,
Mhm.
and then there is
A 12 and a 14 and
14
an
and a
11.
12. Let's start there. So that would take us to expanded modes of communication for residents. Oh no, sorry. There we go.
Oh, there's 2 18s.
There's 2 18s, yep. So these are our top 4 in this area. So this would be streamlined recruiting, vetting, selection, onboarding of folks who serve on committees. And then we had a 15, sorry. Continue implementing anti-racism, anti-discrimination, anti-oppression training.
I found that so similar to one of the other earlier ones.
This one, onboarding.
Yes.
Yeah, Pam Rooney did email me with that comment. And I think that the difference was whether it was part of the onboarding program or whether it was generally offered.
Okay.
But I think what Pam said was, I'll share her comment because I think it was wise that, onboarding might be one of the mechanisms that is used for this.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And I will tell you, in that case, I would change if the broader thing is the one you're on right now, I would
Yep.
put my numbers over there.
Okay. I'm gonna start yeah. Okay. So right now if we're just kind of going with our clearer top vote getters here, we'd have 4 here. It would be increase enterprise fund salary pay scale so that wastewater and water plant DPW employee salaries are competitive. Work with the council and TSO committee to develop ways to streamline and improve the recruiting, vetting, selection, and onboarding of community volunteers who serve on the town's boards and committees. And this one went on, I think, to say this may include reducing the number of committees.
Does.
And then this was continue implementing anti-racism, anti-discrimination, and anti-oppression training for current and future employees. 2, 3, and I missed one, sorry. And expanded modes of communication to residents, including the possibility of email-based newsletters with the option for individuals to sign up for alerts by a certain type. Okay.
So the other thing we have to do is make sure we apply, is it measurable?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And does it have expense that we're not thinking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think, oh my gosh, I have gotten 12 spam calls today.
Oof.
I don't know who got my number, but they are doing me dirty.
Mm.
All from one number, different numbers. Okay. So yeah, I think Lynn, all right, let's think about the process here. And I'm sorry, I was hoping to do this ahead of time. If I take these and pull them out, I can, I can, we can kind of debate them one by one instead of having to look through this whole thing. But let's first at least just agree on this first consolidation, and then we'll go to that discussion for second round. Does that sound okay?
Sounds good.
So for this category, we would be letting go of some other great ideas, but and the town manager may choose to pursue them, but they wouldn't be in his former goals. This includes clarifying the appointment process of appointed boards, developing a formal onboarding process, the strategic options for making the government a more attractive and rewarding place to work. The the other comment Pam had was she was hoping that town councilors could attend the employee trainings as well. That was a question that we would have for Paul.
So one option is to just add that in.
Yeah, okay.
Put it in parentheses or some other way so that people know we've done that. Yeah, good.
All right. Um, work with HR to fill positions in the department that it's said to cause stress to not have them filled. So we might cut more, but at least for now, those are the ones we are letting go of in.
So my only concern in any of these, oh,
Yeah.
we don't want to do that yet. Okay.
Let's come back to that. Let's come back to it. I'm going to pull those in a second. Okay. So next up, oh, I missed one. And make public the names of candidates who applied. Sorry. All right. I put the break in the wrong place. This one only had 7 points.
Okay.
Okay. So we're on to climate action.
Mhm.
All right, hang on. I got to put mine and Hala's stuff in here. I got through most of this, so I'm looking at the other screen because I
I
have my
think
numbers.
Anna, you're on Jennifer's line.
I know I haven't, I'm on a different screen right now because I'm trying to pull up my own numbers. All right. Let's see. Complete streets tier 2. Hala, as you were going, let me know if you have.
I got my numbers.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay, so the third one that says create and submit tier 3,
Yep.
I have a 3.
Okay.
The sixth one that should say update Amherst bicycle, and
Yep.
I have a 2.
Okay. And
The next one over, update the FY27,
Yep.
2.
And I had a 2 as well. And anything else for you, Hala?
And then the eighth one, meet regularly.
Yep.
I wrote that. 3.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. And there is the end of our category. Okay. So our top here, whoa, big one there.
Did you put yours in, Anna?
I did as we were going.
Okay.
Yep. So top here seems to be complete streets tier 2 is with 38, bicycle pedestrian plan with 22,
And the next one's
tier
17.
3 is 17, and then we've got 12. So if we wanted to start with 4, we could do that. There's
But we
in my
didn't go
mind,
to 12 on the last one.
Fred, I know, but there's different number. Not everybody gave 10 points.
Hmm.
So you're absolutely right, but it's the spreads are slightly different. Okay. It's so easy for me to want to just fall into the let's just do 4 for each area. So I'm trying to remember that this is just a step 1. Okay. Yeah, and the other ones are lower.
That's good.
Okay, so we'll go back and discuss these now, but I think some of them, the only one that's close is really the solar and BESS.
Yeah.
And I think we can get to this because it's just 1 point off of this one. That's kind of why I'm stuck on that, whereas the other ones are lower. They're single digits, right?
No, then add it in.
So I'm I want to add it for now and kind of cull it if needed later. All right. Next we're in community safety, community health, and all of the other things that go along with that. I had this one. Paula, let me know as we're going through. We. Oh. All right. Hala, do you have your numbers? I have one more to give. And Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
My numbers
For community safety, community health, and social justice.
okay. The first one, adjust
Mhm.
crest, is 2.
Yep.
The third one, complete the review, is 2.
Yep.
It's 7th called provide counsel with. I didn't write the whole. There we
Yep.
go.
That's fine.
That does 2 as well for the
Yep.
EMS and yep. 10th, work with council to dismantle.
Yep.
2, and then work the 7 priorities. 2.
Okay. All right. Now I had my sorry, I had one more. And 2. Okay. All right. So here in this category,
Yeah, 16,
17.
15.
All right. So it seems like our bigger vote getters are going to be in a 17, a 15, a 16, and then we got
And
a
then we
bunch
have
of
two
12.
12s.
Yeah. Okay. So 17, our top was the staffing levels. Assessment of CRESS and senior center. And then our 2 12s. Or is it just 2? Yeah. No,
Yep.
3. We have
No,
3
it's
12s.
3.
3 12s. So we have 3 12s. So I'm gonna put them in yellow for now, just to kind of note that they're like, we know we are at too many goals, but let's look at these. All right. This is gonna be a fun second round, I can already tell.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at housing and economic development. And this one ends with, last one here is master plan. I missed it. I missed it.
And it's south.
Wait, hang on. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There should only be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's right here. Oy, oy, oy. Okay.
Wait a minute. Huh?
What? Housing and economic development. I don't know why this one ended up in here. But hopefully people, it
How
seems
many are there?
there were 4 in
You
housing.
know what? I think I didn't write mine properly. 3, 3, 2. Oh, no, I did.
You
Okay.
did. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Oh,
I
master
only
plan.
see 3 on my in the purple, but let me.
Oh, I think that version we edited, that's the version that we talked about at council. Folks
Mhm.
reminded me that the master plan should be up in this area, so it's different on the version that left the council meeting. I'm sorry, I should have told you about that. So these are the 4 on your screen that ended up, or no, I'm sorry. What it was is we had combined these and Mandy clarified that she wanted them separated out. That's what that was made it for.
Like flailing all by
Is
herself.
that, if that makes sense? Okay.
Okay, yeah, I can give you my numbers.
Okay, and I have mine too. Go ahead.
The first one is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is 2. Third one is 4.
Okay.
The fourth one is 2. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Totals here. Got a 36, a 26, and then two 23s.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put them all in.
For now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is the long one, I think. Oh no, yeah, this is the long one. Last one here is gonna be multi-year plan. All right. Alrighty. Hang on, I gotta look at my numbers briefly. Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you're waiting for mine.
I'm putting mine in a little, so if you are ready, I can go back at the
Oh, go ahead and put yours in. I'll see if I
Okay.
can get the numbers of
Sorry.
these.
Oops. Oh, I messed up. Sorry. Okay. All right, Hala, I am ready for you.
Okay. It's the seventh one that says develop a plan for future use of the South Campus.
Yep, hang on. Sorry.
Oh, shoot.
All right.
2.
Great.
And then it's like 13, so it's appoint DPW building committee.
Yep.
Presents 1.
Okay.
Ah, the next one, begin negotiation. 4.
Hang on, I don't have that one.
I don't think that's in this one.
I think we moved that one. I'm so sorry. What
My bad.
I think that one got moved to the UMass to the town gown section.
Thank you. So I will.
No problem.
So
and
she
then-
gets a few more numbers.
Yeah, I know you get more points now to give out.
So one of them down towards it says present a multi-year plan. I'm
Yep.
looking.
It's here.
So 5, and maybe we'll go back and put that's 5, and I had 3. What we'll readjust the other 2 because I can't read through all
5.
those.
Okay, so if you do 6, 7,
All right.
and then 8, 9,
So,
10.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Alrighty, so here the numbers are going to look a little different because we've got a bigger spread. See, our highs 28 feels like a high. 16. All right, so 28, 16. And then I think 12 is going to be our next highest. We got 12, and then we had a couple 11s and 10s. All right, so let's start. Let me do the oranges as the top few. A lot of people want that DPW, huh?
I'm surprised more people didn't do fire.
I think people ran out of points.
Yeah.
All right, so these are our top 3, and then their next ones were the 10s, 11s, and 12s. Or sorry, just the 10s and 11s, I guess. Yep. Okay.
There wasn't a 12. No, I guess not.
I had already highlighted it. It was the third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
This is working very well so far.
I mean, we'll see how mad people get at me on Monday. I think it's going to be very mad based on how mad people are currently at me with it. Change is hard. Oh no, we lost Hala.
Uh-oh.
All right, we got pals. I think.
I'll put yours in and see. Let me text
All
you.
right, yeah, I'll put mine in while we do this. All right, she's back. Hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, good. I didn't even text you.
Welcome back. All right. We are on to our final category here, which is I keep calling it town gown, but it's got a longer, fancier name than that. So Hala, let me know when you've got your numbers and I will put them in. Oh, you're muted. Sorry, you're muted.
I was counting. Sorry.
No worries. Go ahead.
Just need one more minute.
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
That last score category was a lot.
I know.
Okay. So
Okay.
for one, I mean the Continuous Civic Academy.
Yep.
Two.
Okay.
Oh, let's make that a three. Sorry,
Okay.
please.
Mhm.
Wastewater treatment plan approach.
Mm-hmm.
Two. Work with UMass, the fifth one, second from the last, to identify economic development and housing creation.
Mm-hmm.
Three. And then the last one, work with UMass, shift the burden of emergency response. Two, please.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So we've got a 27 and a 23, and then a 19, and then two 16s.
Sorry, I had a distracted 27. Work with legislators. Yep, I like the pilot. That's high on my priority list.
For sure.
Civic
Yes, the top part
Academy,
is,
so good.
yeah, and then negotiations for renewal.
Hmm.
All right, so let's take a second and I want to look at the ones that we are saying
Were
we're
there
gonna,
others besides those that,
there were four that were kind of the top in that area.
okay.
Sorry, no, I'm making people dizzy.
My
There are
concern is that we took
five, right?
some that were 12s and not others, but I understand the problem.
Yeah, if they all had an even number to start with, we could set that numerical boundary. But
Yeah.
yeah. So, okay. Next year I will go with however many there are in a category. You get twice the number of points and that's it. But for right now, that was math that I wasn't able to do on Monday. So, um okay. So let me take these, or sorry, I want us to start and look at the ones that we're kind of leaving on the cutting room floor for now. And again, I want to reiterate that this in no way means that they are not important, and it in no way means that they may not necessarily get done. It's just that these are not the smaller number of goals that the council will be saying Paul must complete this year.
Right.
So that is clarify the appointment process for appointed boards and committees, develop a formal onboarding process, exploring the strategic options for making the town government a more attractive and rewarding place to work, implement anti-racism and anti-discrimination and anti-oppression training for town councilors, but note that we squeeged the town councilors in. Work with HR to fill positions in departments that is causing stress to not have said positions filled, and make public the names of those who applied for boards and committees. In the next area, we are letting go of the broad climate action goal of support development of climate action bylaws. We have a couple specific ones in here. Updating the capital inventory. Oh, this one hurts my heart. And
we have to do anyway, by the way.
well, and meet regularly with the Director of Sustainability. And then again, just because it's not in the goals, this is a prime example of just because it's not in the goals doesn't mean it won't happen. Establish a resident oversight board. I say that because the council is already working on the charge for this, so we know it's likely going to happen. Programming for youth empowerment. We had a duplicate and we didn't even notice it. Excuse me. Provide training regarding racial equity to the town council. Proposing revisions to policies, bylaws, and regulations to dismantle discrimination. Exploring options to increase senior accessible transportation, increasing translation, work more towards 7 priorities, and work with Disability Commission to assess how accessible Amherst is. Okay. Addressing critical infrastructure needs for water and sewer, including the updated capital projects plan at the financial indicators, pursuing mass downtown initiatives and associated funding, identifying someone to oversee the athletic and recreational fields, creating a working group to address traffic, parking, and safety at the new school. Again, this is one that may happen through other avenues than the goals. Hickory Ridge, making a decision on the best option for the developable land, monitoring the construction of the elementary school, outside fee for outside municipalities, updates on wastewater treatment plant study, managing traffic and public. Oh, this is another. See, we really didn't. Even if you added them together, I think they would have still been lower, but use of the Wildwood School, monitoring and reporting cost overruns on the Jones, including counselors in meetings with UMass, approaching UMass to pay for the wastewater treatment plant, and that's it. There are a lot of these that I feel like are more requests of Paul that aren't necessarily kind of rising to the level of goal. But for example, an update on the capital projects and the financial indicators. I think that is something that we can ask for and he can say yes or no, but we can make it known like these are things that we would love to see if you're able to do it.
I agree.
So I'm going to take this, let's see, I'm going to just duplicate this and then I'm going to delete all the ones that we got rid of. All right, so to see where we're ending up. Bear with me. I'm going to stop sharing so you don't have to watch me moving all my stuff around for a minute.
Maybe that would be good because my eyes are going buggy.
Sorry, I know.
Let me mention while you're doing that, on the very first group, the reason I did not check in on the enterprise fund salaries is because those salaries are the same union as non-enterprise fund people. So unless we formed a different union, and that's not our business. So there's one of those that I kind of felt like isn't even doable.
Okay. Let me make a note there, and if we choose to remove it for that reason. I'm also meeting with Paul on Friday to talk with him about these and kind of hear what his ideal priorities are. I think in the future, just for full disclosure, one of the methods that I would like to start employing in the future is actually having Paul submit goals to us that we then look at. That tends to be a better practice in terms of general goal setting and employment settings.
Yeah.
But you know, I understand why we got where we got. I just, yeah. All right, let me hide all of these and say, all right. Lynn, do you know that unit, like, would you be able to speak to that information? Could you say it again, please?
Yeah. I believe that the people who are paid through enterprise funds are in the same union as people who are not.
Okay,
And so it's not like we can negotiate them separately.
okay. Yeah. Um, sorry,
And
I'm just,
offhand, I don't know how many unions DPW has,
right.
but I do know they're not separated by who's on enterprise and who's not.
Got it. All right, I am just redoing the spreadsheet here so that we can look at it because we had some notes on other ones and I wanted to make sure we didn't lose that. 18.
What were the 12s? We had a couple in that first group that were 12s. I'd be curious what those were. We
Oh,
eliminated them already, but it doesn't matter. So it doesn't really matter. We don't want to go there. People
uh,
people are going to want to see the actual feedback from
and
time.
I will give them, I'll include all the scores.
Yes.
I
And
will
then
just,
then they want to do their own analysis just to put it out there.
yeah, of course. Maybe I shouldn't give them all the scores. They don't need to see it. 17. Sorry, I know this is annoying. I appreciate your patience. I'm halfway done, promise.
Still nobody in the audience. I just
Right.
want to check that. People are really excited to attend this meeting.
I mean, this one is thrilling. No, I messed up. No, I didn't. I did not mess up. 23, 26. 23. Oy, oy, oy.
Just while you're doing that,
Yeah.
the issue of being able to attract people in general to DPW,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it is a salary. There is a salary issue there.
Yeah.
It's not the only issue. Some of it is literally people just don't go into those fields. But it is a very competitive environment. And in that case, we compete not only with the public sector, but the private sector.
Right. Right, right, right.
Whereas that's not true in a lot of other cases.
I think that I think that the I think your concern about unionized roles is really key. I also think that one um is so there, I mean, obvious budgetary implications that we don't necessarily know that we can put into the goals, right? So,
Well, and frankly, we don't control it.
right.
It's a negotiated salary.
Yep, yep, absolutely. And I am done with this now. Okay. Let me share this screen now. Hang on. I'm going to take it out because you just saw that horrific number of tabs that I have open, which is just shocking and alarming. At some point, my computer is going to tell me no more. Alrighty. First, let's see kind of where we're at. I really am hoping we get lower than we did last year. Stop. Hold your breath. 33,
How many do we have last year?
37.
I think there's ones we can still eliminate
I
here.
think so too. I agree. So, okay.
So let's continue with the eye toward what's measurable and financial.
Yep. Or financial.
Yeah, or
Because
both.
those are two. Yeah. So first off, I do believe that this is measurable, even though it isn't giving him a specific way. And I think that giving more specifics on this would be micromanaging on our behalf. If we said,
I totally agree. But I will say that I believe that it's more doable now because our communications director is so outstanding.
so good. All right, so this one, concerns from GOL, union, question mark, union, period. You're sure on that?
Yeah.
Financial implications. Okay, wait, let me spell that out more. These employees are in a union with other employees.
Who are not enterprise funds.
Fund employees.
Mhm.
Also, financial implications. So if the proposal is to cut this one, even though it was the lowest of those of
Yeah.
that body
Yeah.
of that area. Work with the council and TSO committee to develop ways to streamline and improve the recruiting, vetting, selection, and onboarding of community volunteers who serve on the town's committees.
Let me just mention why it's very interesting to see this one. We've had an explosion of committees. I used to use the number 30, and recently I've heard Angela use 44.
Yeah, we have a lot.
And I will also tell you that every time in the past there's been an attempt to consolidate committees, people have cried foul. So it's not an easy one. But on the other hand, if we were able to cut the number of committees, it would help staff commitment time.
I don't see this as a guarantee that committees will be cut even.
Yeah,
This is
I
really
agree.
more just saying that when you're looking at this, don't rule out cutting committees. But it's really about this piece.
Yeah. Did we miss something on the next one? Continue implementing
Yep.
aren't we supposed
I
to
haven't
have?
copied it over yet. I'm sorry.
Oh.
This was my old. I was trying to save myself a little bit of copy paste time, including.
This including town councilors. Okay.
Thank you for catching that.
Yeah. I'm trying to get this as ready as we can to go in the packet for Monday.
I appreciate you taking work off my shoulders for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have to get it to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just. I had some typos, sorry. So I think in this category, I do think that these three, one of the ways that I'm also thinking about this, and this isn't a rule necessarily, or it's hard to use as a rule, is I'm thinking about which areas of staff this is going to trickle down to. And that is one of the ways that when I push back really hard on things that are going to be falling to DPW getting moved all over the map versus kind of mostly living under infrastructure, it was because we don't have, this is why we don't have a hard and fast number of goals for an area, right? Because they trickle out to different staff. And these three all fall to different staff members. And so I'm comfortable having three in this area. I agree, Lynn. I have concerns about this one, even though it was, yeah. So I would say that these three should be I would recommend these three.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Climate action. We've got 4 here. Let me make this longer so you can see it all on one page.
I
The
think I'm
top
counting
of,
5.
pardon?
I think I'm counting 5.
I am too.
You're right. I can't count. Sorry. Thank you. 5. 5 here. So, oops. So, the top one here, we already had notes on about what was feasible. With the complete streets tier 2, and I think that is a question for Paul to be able to answer. And I will make sure that he knows that we were asked that this was this was clearly the top priority of this area in my mind. This is a significant gap. So, yeah. That said, I do think this is specific. The question remains about staffing to do it, I believe.
Well, the other question, from what I understand, is that there is a whole commitment that the town needs to make in terms of what we're going to do in order to be in that program. And the commitment could be very costly. So there's a serious financial cost.
So I think we need more information on what this actually entails. I think if we've heard different things about it,
Yeah.
is there a sure financial obligation, or is this a and/or?
Right.
Same question, I think, for tier 3.
Yeah.
This one, I had a question for Paul about what it would take to do this, because doing a full update that's ready for adoption in 26 feels really lofty.
It does.
And so I think that I personally maybe recommend changing the year, but I want to talk to Paul first. So, I think if the committee, but I'm meeting with Paul on Friday, so it's not like we have a ton of time here. What we can do is change the year and agree as a council to change it back. But I'm looking at every other plan that we've worked on, and every, like this would go with the new Transportation Commission. They're not even formed yet. So I just don't think having it updated and ready for adoption in 26 is feasible. And I
Why
would
don't
rather
you-
this say 27.
Yeah, why don't you put in parentheses 27 or something to just suggest what the big one concern is? It's whether it's doable.
Write it in the would like to change to adoption 7 with updates 2026.
What's the very top one?
That was the refuse waste hauler.
Yeah, and that's going to create a huge question because of cost.
Well, but I think that that's the question that the council needs to answer with the vote, right? But the work to
Right.
get it ready to approve doesn't take cost. It's more just if we approve it, it will include cost.
Right.
Yeah. Like the
And
goal.
that's why I like the way it's written.
Yeah.
Vote to
Yeah.
approve or not approve.
Yep. Yep. And then the solar and BESS. These are moving through, right? They're
Yeah, those
already.
are all in carryover memos.
Yep. Does that mean it shouldn't be? But it's in a carryover memo, but it's with Paul. I keep getting confused where things are currently living.
Carryover memos need to come from the committees.
No, I know that. Sorry.
Oh.
Let me be more clear. I wasn't sure if this bylaw was like sitting with Paul in terms of a committee had given it to him like streetlights.
No,
Similarly to that,
no,
or if it was
it's
being reviewed, if it was planned to be reviewed by a committee
it's in
first.
CRC.
Great. So then does he have anything to, I guess, enact? But
Well, it's a lot of staff time.
no, but so the remaining, there is still a lot of staff time going into this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because once we adopt a bylaw, then the question is how, finishing up the bylaw is right now is in CRC
Yeah.
because they're doing the comparison to the state bylaw or the state law. And in the process of doing that comparison, the real lift for the town is only if somebody applies.
But should the word develop then still be in here because it's been developed, it's in CRC being
It's
reviewed.
it's not finished.
Okay. All right, I'll keep it in.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next so we've cut one. So we got these 5 here.
I can live with those 5.
Okay. Sorry, wait, we were lower because I had forgotten to delete some. Amazing news. Okay, we're doing great. Oop, did not mean to delete that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here under community health, community safety, and social justice. One request, can we just say community health, safety, and social justice, please? Because having community in there twice is driving me bananas when I try to read it.
Fine with me.
Does anyone have an issue if that happens? Okay. All right. So we've got our front runner here. Estimate of annual resources needed to bring fire and EMS staff to levels that meet state and/or national standards.
Yep.
Implementing a plan that was developed during 2025. All of these feel actionable so far. Sorry, just to get back to our initial.
Well, and there's discussions already going on, and yeah, they do feel actionable.
Next was conduct an assessment. This is a holdover. This was something that we had asked for last year, and so I think this is a good goal to keep in there and just updating the date. But I think this is a important piece here. Okay, and then we've got a couple 12s. So I have a question about this one, whether we are saying to automatically adjust it, like we are saying it will end an adjustment, or if we are saying look into what it would take to do this. Because in my mind, we have employees that were hired on specific schedules. We have employees that were hired, they're unionized employees under a certain contract, I imagine, right? So I don't know that we can just, I don't know that it's fair for us to just say adjust the hours, because there might be far more that goes into that than just adjusting the hours.
So why don't we put in parentheses in the beginning of that, explore the possibility of adjusting.
I think that it's fair for GOL to make these changes and bring them to the council changed. I think that
Yes,
I
I
think the more
definitely think so.
hesitancy that we come in with, the more it's going to be debated, to be honest. That's so I'm okay if we just say explore the possibility. But Hala, what do you think?
She said yes.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
in a report back to the council on recommendations. All right. So begin implementing the plan, complete the review of public safety protocols. Again, this was another one that we've been saying.
Yeah.
And then work with dispatch and the Amherst Police Department to define and implement specific categories of non-violent calls that can be referred to CRESS. I think that this is fair
Yeah.
because
I
we
do
are not
too.
holding them to automatically switching it over. We're saying that you got to get that first step of this process done so that we can start actually looking at the next steps.
Yeah.
But I do think that this is actionable.
And so many of these are interrelated, and because they relate to CRESS. And it's
Absolutely.
all really, are we either committed to this program and moving forward and doing it right or not?
Yep. All right. Housing and economic development.
You have one
Are-
place where you need to put your label in on the left, far left.
Oh, thank you. And then I have to edit my screen here. Okay. So top one here, revisions that reduce time and cost of permitting and building, blah, 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 blah. Revisions to support economic development. I never know what this goal has been in there so many times and I don't know what it means. I don't feel that this is specific, but I don't know enough about it to make it more specific. So I'm just going to
Yeah.
say my qualms here and let it go.
Yeah, I mean, having worked in this field, there's so many different ways to approach this
Yeah.
that, yeah,
I think we saw a key example of that in the council meeting, right? When we were talking about roads and road funding being an economic development driver.
Mhm.
Everything supports economic development. So I think that we are demonstrating an importance of this by keeping it in here, but I think that it will likely be met by Paul meeting one of the other many goals that are on this list.
Yeah.
Um,
The only thing that gives me pause,
mhm.
and and I'll say it here, and maybe I'll say it at the council, but it's unclear what you can honestly do to create middle housing.
Interesting.
And some of this came out the other night. I think it was the other night in that discussion. And that is, and I think it was when we were actually looking at the housing production plan.
Mhm.
And that is, you could build a whole lot more middle income kind of housing. But in our community, that might just be more student housing. So it doesn't get at the real goal, which is, families and long-term residents. So,
Yeah, I think that I think that there's going to be a lot of I don't know. My theory based on whatever research I've done is that there are ways that you can kind of put pieces in that would not incentivize, but entice certain populations versus others. But I mean, I think that that's so
right.
fiddly,
Well, I mean, look how popular the Ball Lane thing is.
Right.
I mean, it's a no-brainer to do Ball Lane. On the other hand, financially, it isn't, uh,
Yeah.
it's nowhere near coming in at reasonable cost.
Yep.
So anyway, I'm fine with all four of these.
Okay. All right. Infrastructure. Trying to get it all on one page. Sorry, one second. Oh, shush. Okay, so infrastructure, we're at 1, 2, 3, 6 goals currently. Our top was DPW building committee, prevent schematic designs. GOL discussed the dates on here last time. I don't know that we need to totally rehash those, but that was we talked about the feasibility of those dates last time. And then after that, we had backlog of road and sidewalk, present a multi-year plan.
And supposedly we will see one in the first quarter of next year.
Great. And then wastewater treatment plant.
which is already in process.
Yep. This feels
Mm.
like the sneaky other capital thing that keeps coming up, and I feel like we don't hear enough about whatever's going on there.
It's because it's not bid in the same way.
Okay. All right. I'm like, I
Yeah.
feel like we should be talking about it more. Um, I have questions about this one. Um, I have questions about that. I mean, mainly my question is what? Um, this feels huge. I mean, this is Jeremiah's entire job plus some, right?
Mhm.
To get this
Absolutely.
going. So Jeremiah LaPlante being our what's his facilities director? I don't know his exact title, but um this also is part.
It's also related to climate action.
It is absolutely, but that would be an additional piece, I think, in my mind, right? Of like, and plans to make a transfer off of fossil fuels. I guess my thing is if we're saying a plan for maintenance and repair of every single town-owned building with
So
an
I,
estimated cost, is this different than the JCPC 5-year plan that already goes into these buildings? And what format are we expecting? Like, what form are we expecting this to take?
so I would put in parentheses two different things. Develop a multi-year plan.
I'm writing into the GOL notes.
Okay. And then the other thing I would write in there and coordinated with JCPC planning. They're separate thoughts.
Mhm. Estimated cost is just such a loaded, like that's so hard to know because everything changes so fast and needs change so fast.
Yeah.
And okay, including estimated costs, uh,
And then just say
and
in parentheses in
JCPC.
JCPC. And
Uh,
the two pieces have to come together. I mean, in many ways, it's almost like I've begun to think of roads and sidewalks as a fifth capital project.
mhm.
In many ways, this is almost like a sixth capital project.
Yeah, I think I am struggling with this because I guess to what end, right? Like, why do we need this? Um, is it to just know that our buildings are taken care of? Is it to know what's prioritized? And
Yeah.
how are we, what are, because I look at the JCPC 5-year capital plans and I see this. I
Mhm.
see what is being planned. How is this going to be different?
Well, it's interesting, Anna. I agree with you, but when we get the JCPC requests and develop the plan, how much of that is actually coordinated with Jeremiah? You've been
I
involved in
mean,
JCPC lately. I haven't.
he comes and presents a lot of it.
He does? Okay. All right.
That's my recollection. When we were talking about town hall and things like that,
Mhm.
he was
Great.
deeply involved in that piece. But I can ask Paul about this. I think for me, I want to know how the council uses this and so that it's not just wasted work, right?
Yeah.
I think
I
that
hear. Yeah.
this is a big undertaking to go beyond just what the JCPC requests are.
Right.
And all town-owned buildings, that's not just Jeremiah too. That also like that, yeah, that goes.
It also, I mean, we have to consider the schools in this as well. And the
Right.
reason we do is because part of the reason today at BCG, we're saying, well, maybe not an override is because we're building a school. You know, even if it's not, quote, a town building, it's still a cost to the town
Yep.
and cost to our taxpayers.
Yep. All right. So I have issue. I will just say that I have issues with this one. I don't think that this is actionable or helpful.
Is it really efficient and usable?
Hmm.
Right. Now, by the way, Jeremiah has done some of this, from what I understand.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, based on
Otherwise, right.
yeah,
Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to come to JCPC
right.
requests that he's doing.
Exactly. I'll ask Paul, but I guess my pitch would be if we're cutting, I would cut that one.
Mhm.
Um, and if it weren't 1 point, I want to go back and look at my points because if it weren't 1 point ahead of fire, I would say cut it. But I really, I did anyway.
Right. I'm surprised fire did not come out higher.
I think people ran out of points.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So fire and then the multi-year plan. This feels like it's kind of two, and I want to make sure we're still significant road repairs. I
I
guess we
don't
could.
see how you can separate it.
No, I didn't want to separate it. I was trying to join it better, but I think that they go together. So, and they went together in like in the voting. I think
Yeah,
it was when we talked about this last time, it was that like this plan should also be made public to the general
right.
public.
Yeah.
Okay, Civic Academy. Uh,
It's staff time and it's a lot of staff time, but it is so successful.
I want to just shift the wording here. So right now this says like continue Civic Academy, perhaps reach out to different groups in the community, including those less likely to be engaged. I think I would say continue Civic Academy, just to frame it in a goal way, say continue Civic Academy and broaden outreach efforts to recruit new class or something like
I
that.
like that. I
Um,
like that.
uh, reach efforts in recruiting next class in order to reach those not already engaged with local government. Okay. Holler, are you okay with that? Because I think this was yours initially.
Oh, was it? No,
I don't, maybe it wasn't. I thought it was, but now I'm not sure.
might have been. Um,
Um,
but I'm okay with it either way. I
okay,
should remember.
it's fine. You're good. No worries.
Thank you.
Okay. Pilot, that feels clear in my mind.
It's basically this is the one where we're just going to continue to advocate for a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff.
Um, oh, this was a separate note. Okay.
Are those two connected or because they're different?
These two, these are
Yeah.
different because this was specifically about
Emergency.
emergency response.
Okay.
These three are all related. They're all linked in some way, but
Different pathways or something.
I think yeah.
It's a very interesting. There's a major disconnect on this particular issue because, in fact, the higher ed institutions give us money, not just because they pay the fees,
Yeah.
they have to, but in their agreements, they give us money.
Mhm.
The thing is, we don't use that money as added to what we were going to do in our budget. We use the money to supplant. And
Right.
one can argue, well, that's fine because frankly, we're just getting them to pay toward their share of what it costs for us to maintain this department. And then other people will argue and say, well, if we're giving you that extra money, then you should be using that to hire extra people. So they pay us in two ways. When you get an ambulance service, you get reimbursed on that. But they also pay us as part of their agreement toward and fire and DP and ambulance EMS.
Oop. All right. Does this kind of capture the question that we're having?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we pitching removing this because of that fact?
No.
Okay. But it's a discussion at council.
And let me just say that, one of the things that we've heard talked about, in fact, it was blanking on her name, Allegra Clark, who
Mhm.
mentioned, when we think we may be having one of these grand party weekends, can we set up, a place where students that need to dry out can, do
Like a
so
drink tank?
without being transported to Cooley Dickinson?
Yeah.
That would help Cooley Dickinson as well. I've been there on a Friday or Saturday night and lined in the hallway, so many drunk students, and
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
And
this
I have to say, I think this is in excellent shape.
we're at 29, folks. We're getting a lot closer.
Yeah.
I think that we'll get some arguments, and I think that my job right now is to try to think about. Actually, Lynn, I have a question. When is this going to come up in the agenda? Do you know?
The agenda is so
I know it's
fraught. Oh
slammed.
my God, it's awful.
I know.
Um,
Let me stop sharing for a second.
I haven't seen the proposed order yet,
So
Athena.
it's okay. The reason I
So
asked
I haven't focused on that, to be honest.
totally fine. I'm trying to think about, I know that I will speak for myself and that I get impatient and testy towards the end of meetings.
Mhm.
And I know that every item on our agenda deserves counselors who are not testy and all of the things. And so I don't have a good solution, but I am trying to think about how to make sure we have a constructive conversation here. And it also could be that we don't want to this, as you know, the goals conversation could take hours and hours and hours. So I'm trying to figure out how to present this to the council in a way that is convincing enough to say the items that we cut are still valuable and important, and we can only have so many. We looked at what was kind of prioritized here, and I know it's an imperfect system, and next year I will continue to work to perfect it. But for this year, these are the 29 that we're bringing forward for discussion.
Mhm.
I'm
I-
going to request the council not add back in. Obviously they have the right to, but what I'm going to say, I'm thinking out loud. I'm going to move to pass this list as the goals. And if people want to amend, they need to make a motion to amend and add in individual ones through a motion.
That's
I
fine.
know that that is procedurally annoying, but we can't. Last year, we got in a really bad spot with these where we were bulk cutting and bulk adding. Um,
I think the only way to do it is the way you're suggesting.
okay.
There's a
Yeah.
motion on the motion sheet. It says to adopt these goals, and if you want to add something or eliminate something, you have to do it by amendment.
Yep. Okay. Hala, how does that sound to you?
That sounds good.
Okay.
The other thing is that, I'll say this to you, and I've said it to one or two other counselors. You can always call the question.
Thank you for the reminder.
Just
I will bear that in mind. But then you have to vote to call the question, and then it's always a gamble.
it is,
Um,
but
so
but most people, by the time we get to that, what you're really doing is trying to suggest to some people, really, you don't need to say anymore.
yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, I think you're right. So what I'm gonna do is, with the permission of the committee, I'm gonna just go through and look for typos. Here, let me share this again.
Mhm.
In the packet, I will put the results of the kind of points that folks gave, and I'm sure that that will cause discussion. But Lynn, it sounds like you're saying you think I need to do it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
Otherwise, they'll, yeah. I mean, that's why I presented
I
all of
know.
those damn tables.
All right. So I'll download that data and make it a little bit more digestible, just not changing it, just formatting it. And then I'm going to, there's a couple here, like the couple little like typos and capitals and stuff. If with your permission, I won't change the wording, but I want to just make these all in the same tense and the same verbiage
Yep.
and kind of all look
Yep.
like action items.
And exactly.
Um, and then the only thing that I did last year that I didn't have time to do this year was uh to draft a memo. I can I can do that. Last year the memo was really just we're pleased to present the goals. We sought to refine the format, blah blah blah, and the here are the goal areas, and then here are the action items.
Yeah. I mean, use last year's memo as a format.
Yeah,
It
if
shouldn't
we're
take
okay
much.
with that, I hope that
And we're not changing the number of broad goals.
no, same number
Um,
here, same 6. Yep.
and
Yeah.
we're actually reducing the number of action items.
That's every year. Every year. We're getting closer and closer. 29. So close. Um, I will meet with Paul on Friday, and my goal with that is to hear his feedback on these. I will take his feedback, and if there are changes that I think should be made, I would introduce those as an individual counselor, obviously, because GOL will not have had time to discuss his feedback.
Right.
And then we have a meeting we have 2 more council meetings, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I would love if this gets passed at the next council meeting, um, because that would be great. But if not, GOL will come back together and discuss it once more.
I'm
But
sorry I'm sorry to ask this question.
it's
I
okay.
think I think we've done as much as we can do here, and you have a plan of meeting with Paul
Yeah,
and polishing this up, and you're going to present it in a memo with what we've just said, and you're also going to give them the raw data so that they can all go home and ruminate on it.
yeah.
And I would put this in the packet by tomorrow.
I'm gonna try really, really, really hard to put this in the
Okay.
packet by tomorrow.
Yeah. I think that'd be great.
Yeah. So I will prep the memo. I'll try to do that tonight or early tomorrow morning, and I'll get it to you first thing tomorrow. Oh, I'm meeting with Paul tomorrow. Sorry, that's not Friday.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Did you post on our agenda that we would talk about carryover memo?
I just checked and I did not. So sorry about that. That said, I do have a draft memo that I can send out. It contains the same items that
We-
we
We've
discussed last time.
discussed it.
We have discussed it,
Yeah,
and it's nothing new. I just put it in Word version,
that's
and
fine.
so that'll be ready for the packet, and I'll get that.
Yeah, and the reason it has to be is because of the way the rules are written,
Yep,
that if somebody wants to drop something, the only thing we have said to drop is the adding somebody to the charter committee.
that's correct. Yep. So what we discussed in our last meeting, was that the items recommended for carryover is the ROB, which was referred to us on the November 3rd, 2025, and the report is due to council by December 15th. I am hoping my carryover memo will also suffice as my report, but I can just copy and paste it into a separate document if you want. And this basically, I give an overview of what has happened that led this to getting referred to GOL. What GOL was charged with, and um, the note that the council expressed it'd like to have a report back by April 2026. And then I include the town manager's memo and the legal memo. The HRC bylaw, which was referred to us on November 24th for recommendation and report by March 23rd. I got to add a little blurb about what that is and how that came to be. Streetlights proposal, was referred to GOL on question mark. I don't know. I cannot
Yes, it's been referred, but
figure it out.
there's nothing referred yet.
Right. Yeah, so what I said was the referral was for clarity, consistency, and actionability review, but substantive review will be conducted by TSO. But I don't know what to say when I can't find the date it was referred. Waste hauler is again another clarity, consistency, and actionability, but that's currently with Paul. Legislative
No,
process.
it's actually with TSO.
Oh, I'm sorry. TSO. Maybe I can find whatever I wrote last time in my carryover or in the
Solar bylaw is with CRC.
solar bylaw. I think Athena said was never actually referred to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was one that there was one that was funky, and I think that was the one.
Okay.
Legislative process guide, and then the finance committee appointment. And then I'm including the charter review committee appointment and the anticipated items anticipated to be referred to GOL by the end of the year and recommended for carryover, which is the TSO charge if the TPC is approved.
Right. And we should not mention the charter committee because it doesn't come to the council until the 5th of January anyway.
Right.
And
you mean their like report.
Their report.
Yes,
and it's the council's going to have to make a very tough decision there because the requirement is that we act within 90 days.
Right.
Which is brutal.
So, yeah, that is hard. So those are my two. I've got my alarm set to finish these both up in the morning to get to you tomorrow. And I'll be going into the office nice and early, finish, carryover, and goals, and memo, and survey results.
Good work, Anna. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you all. So we have, I believe, just one remaining GOL committee meeting.
Right.
That is on the 9th. And I guess if our carryover memo is done, I don't know if there's any, I'm not sure what will be on the agenda for that meeting.
Well, we can always cancel it.
We can always cancel it. For right now, I want to keep it in case something goes terribly wrong with the goals.
Right.
But for right now, hold on to that. And Athena,
that's on Tuesday the 9th, after we visit the school.
After we visit the school.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. All right. With that, I believe we've covered everything, and I've just got some stuff to get to you, Lynn and Athena, before I'll get it to you tomorrow morning, if that's okay. I will be working on that.
I don't think you actually took the vote on the town manager goals.
You're right. You're right. All right, let me pull it up. Thank you so much.
Good reminder, Athena.
Not a sorry. Hey, don't forget the actual thing you're supposed to do to follow the rules that you created for yourself. Okay. So I'm going to share this one more time. Is there a motion to recommend to the council the 29 action items and goals as outlined by GOL for adoption by the council?
So moved. Ha. And I'll second.
All right, great.
Paula moved, I second.
Paula moved, Lynn second. Thank you. And I'm going to call the vote. Councilor Lord.
Aye.
Lynn?
Aye.
And I am an aye. Thank you both so much. I know Wednesday is weird, and I know all of this is a lot. So gratitudes all around for everybody showing up and bringing your best selves always to GOL. So and thank you, Athena, for hanging out with us on a Wednesday. Lynn?
I move to adjourn.
Excellent. Is there a second? I will second it. All right, calling the vote. Councilor Lord.
Aye.
I am an aye. And Lynn?
Aye.
Thank you all so much.
No, I have to think about it.
Yeah. I did pull in a George. All right.
Right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you so much. Take care.